Hey everybody, it's Justin coming at you, and this is my page, and I thought I'd talk about COVID-19, and I probably will end up doing a few videos or so. It's been a while since I posted on my page. I know once people start looking up COVID-19, they're probably going to come across my page. Yeah, so anyways, I thought I'd start out by saying I wanted to thank everybody for recognizing us frontline PSWs. I'm really happy that everyone is really thankful for the work that we're doing, especially my co-workers who are doing jobs like, say, for example, in other companies, in hospitals and in long-term care facilities. I really feel for you guys and girls a lot. Good buddy of mine works at one of the local hospitals and is a PSW, and they're dealing with a COVID outbreak. Like, I haven't seen him in a few months, obviously, you know what I mean? And it's also best that I do not see my buddy in person because of that factor as well. We're supposed to be social distancing. I've talked to him this week on the phone, and he said that a lot of the people at his work are really stressed out, a lot of nurses, a lot of medical staff, and they're dealing with a bunch of cases themselves and people on respirators, and he tells me all these stories, and it just adds fuel to the fire here. I really feel for people who are going through this, families that are going through this, who have loved ones who have COVID. This is honestly, in my opinion, a complete disaster, especially when it comes to that we weren't prepared for this kind of thing. As a frontline worker, I can say that I'm really disappointed in the government for not taking steps to ensure that the elderly especially are protected and the most vulnerable are protected in the situation. Like here in Ontario, like Doug Ford cut back inspectors in facilities. He cut back certain things that would have helped out long-term care. And the NDP have been crying for a long time for better standards and better wages for us, and full-time hours, especially because this ain't no part-time job. This is a full-time job, even though it's all part-time for us. Like I've said before in my videos, and anyone who has found this video, go back into my page, and I talk about videos. In my videos, I mean about being a PSW and my experiences over the last decade or so. And I'm just it all had to come to this. It all had to come to this. The biggest thing I am disappointed, though, in Doug Ford is I've heard of, as of today, and this already happened in Quebec weeks ago, in Alberta, what happened today is Jason Kenney's government gave the healthcare aides, which are just another way of saying PSWs, they gave them a temporary $2 increase an hour. Still, with the companies giving increases out there in Ontario, because they're able to do that for frontline grocery store workers and for other people, and I understand they make less than me, but it kind of seems a little bit unfair, and I feel like we haven't been really recognized enough. And I think after the situation is all said and done, I think that there's going to be some major changes in the way we look at our healthcare system. There needs to be an overhaul in long-term care. There needs to be an overhaul in hospitals. And there needs to be an overhaul, especially the way PSWs are paid and the hours, especially in home care. There's a lot of things I want to talk about in these videos. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them today in this video, but I wanted to give my personal opinions because people love hearing them as me being a frontline worker. So let's talk about COVID-19. Enough of me ranting on about the government not giving us a temporary increase. Should be permanent, by the way, though, because we honestly do deserve it. And I'm not being cocky or sarcastic here. I'm being straightforward. We work our asses off, and we dip into our pockets every week for our own expenses, for our own vehicles. And it's about time Mr. Ford anteed up here a little bit. So whenever that's going to happen, I don't know if it is, but I hope it does. But going forward, talking about COVID now, I just wanted to say that, with my experience with COVID, I have not encountered a person with COVID. None of my clients have COVID. I've known clients who have loved ones who've experienced COVID in other places in the world. And I feel for them. I actually had a client of mine too, and he's in his early 70s, and his mom, which was in her 90s, she just passed away overseas in a long-term care home, and she was one of the people who had COVID. And he told me the story yesterday, and it was really, really felt for him. He was really upset still because she died earlier this week. This is affecting all of us. You know, like, I understand with the social distancing and everything too. In my personal opinion, it is really necessary. You know, if you are at risk for contracting things, then I suggest you do stay home. My personal opinion about anyone who's in healthcare, if you are willing to work, then do it. If you're staying home because you don't want to work because you're afraid, that is your own personal choice. However, I feel you should be, because we are shorthanded as it is. I understand your reasons for not wanting to get sick, but we need everyone on board we possibly can, and that's my personal opinion. If you have a debilitating illness, or if you're diabetic, or if you're, you know, you have asthma, or if you have, like, you know, a low immune system, then that's understandable. Stay home. But if you're able to work, do it. Save that $2,000 benefit for people who can not afford to work, and work and help us out, please. Please, thank you. That is just my personal opinion here. And I'm always giving my personal opinions. Let's move on to masks and gloves. Oh, haha, I got you guys there, hey? So what's my opinion on masks and gloves and people wearing them? And the answer is, I am on the fence about that, people. Yes, I am. You want to know why? First of all, I do think people should be wearing masks who are diabetic, who are asthmatic, who are having some kind of debilitating illness, who are having a low immune system, the elderly, maybe young children, definitely, anyone who's going through a cancer treatment. But yet again, you all should be at home where it is safe and you are in your own environment. So masks do help. They protect you against possible people who have it. They are protecting you. You're not protecting other people from what you have, because if you have something, you should stay home. You should stay home, definitely. Gloves. This is where I draw the line. Do not wear gloves. Do not wear like those surgical gloves that we use, because there are videos out there to explain why. Okay, first of all, even though you have the mask on, you're going to touch your face like this, you're going to move your face around and things like that. There's an instructional video out there with an actual RN in it, and she's demonstrating the use of gloves in public. Okay, so my best opinion is wash your hands with warm water and soap. Follow the instructional videos you see. There's some online. You can find them. The 15-second rule. Do it when you get home. Make sure you moisturize your hands later, because they will dry out. If you consistently keep washing them 3 times a day, you need a good hand moisturizer. Not a body lotion, a hand moisturizer. Go to your local store. I recommend Shoppers Drug Mart the best. And I was able to actually get one. That's in the back seat somewhere. But I'll show it to you guys next video if I remember it. It was really good. A lot of healthcare people actually use it. And you can get it at the Shoppers cosmetic section. Ask the Shoppers cosmetician to help you out for that one. Or get them to actually recommend some good hand creams for you, because your hands will dry out, and if they start cracking open, then you know you're susceptible to a lot of different things. So that's a big FE too. And gloves aren't going to protect you. They're just going to make your hands more irritated if your skin starts breaking down. Just an FYI. Gloves pick up things. Those gloves will pick up things. So if you're touching surfaces, or you're touching carts, and you don't know if they've been sanitized, or say you touch something and then you touch it. Oh, let's say you pick up your cell phone, and the girl in the video demonstrates this, and you're talking on your cell phone. You put your cell phone away. Then later on, once you take off those gloves, and also my other beef is, please throw your masks and used gloves in the garbage, people. Do not leave them on the ground. That's a big beef with us healthcare people, with us frontliners, is every single time I see gloves on the ground out there, or a mask out there, I am literally pissed off at every single one of you who throw them on the ground. They go in the garbage like regular people throwing regular garbage in the garbage. And remember what we've been taught since we've been kids, people. We have to save the planet. So we have to be considerable, okay? You know, this is Canada. We try to maintain a good, clean environment, people. So put your stuff in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage, or take it home and throw it in the garbage, okay? Keep a plastic bag or a paper bag in your car if you're so worried. Now, here's the other catch-22 when you're wearing gloves. Once you've touched everything and then you take those off, you're going to immediately touch your phone or something you've already touched. Okay? So now you've contaminated your hands because you've already touched them with the gloves. So whatever was on your gloves is transferred to your phone or whatever you touched, cup of coffee, something like that. So that's why it's a bad idea to wear gloves. Again, do not wear gloves, okay? But if you want to go against what I'm telling you, go ahead, but change your gloves. Consistently change your gloves through the day. Don't wash them with warm soapy water under a tap and reuse them. That's not going to do anything. Once you've used them and you're outside, take them off and then put a new pair on. If you really want to wear them, if you feel that they are protecting you, they are not protecting you, okay? What will protect you is Mother Nature gave us our own hands, and the way to protect them, like I said, is washing them with warm soapy water. And the reason I'm not mentioning hand sanitizer, which I'm going to mention now, is because hand sanitizer in the healthcare field to us is just a cover-up, okay? It eliminates only a certain amount of the germs on your hands, and the best thing to do to ensure nice, clean hands, like I said, is to wash them with warm soap and water, okay? Hand sanitizer, again, will also, if you keep using it all the time, too, it accumulates in your system. Remember, there's alcohol in there, too, all right? So, if you want to see some videos on, how your alcohol levels are affected too, keep on using hand sanitizer throughout the day. Let's hope you don't get pulled over, people. I'm pretty sure you might blow over or something. Because there was a guy doing some tests out there for certain things too, and hand sanitizer, it was a big one too. So I'm just letting you guys know. You won't do yourself any favors if a cop pulls you over and asks you to blow. Let's move on to something else. Let me talk about something else about COVID. Oh yeah, my personal opinions. When I'm out in public, one of my biggest beefs I'm going to mention in this video too, and then I'm going to cut this off in a few minutes, is when I'm out and, I'm going to the store before a shift to grab stuff that I desperately need at the grocery store. I keep my visits to like once, maybe twice a week if I really need something, and I get a lot of stuff. And then I have a mix of people who thank me for my work because they'll see me in my scrubs, and I'll have some people give me evil eye like this, like, what are you doing here? And I don't like those type of people. I'm an everyday person like you. I appreciate the respect. I appreciate the comments, the positive comments. But, and I haven't had anybody say, what are you doing here in your scrubs, blah, 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 and started an argument with me in the store or anything like that. Thank God. I'm not coming from some person's home who's infected, or some hospital that's infected, or a long-term care home that's infected, and coming into a store. I wouldn't be that stupid. If I was actually working in a hospital, I'm pretty sure I would have a change of clothes going home. And if I was working in long-term care, I'd definitely, I'd be going straight home, throwing my stuff in the wash, obviously. I do wash my uniforms every single day, you know what I mean? Just an FYI. I'm not that stupid. There's such thing as cross-contamination. And yet again, too, that's just what I see nowadays. And the final thing I'm going to say in this video, too, is, my personal opinion. I've seen a big change in the way people have acted over the last couple of months too, with a lot of the shutdowns and a lot of things too. People I've noticed are depressed. People are out and about, walking their dog, getting out, getting exercise. And that's a good thing too, but it kind of seems like a lot of people are displaced. A lot of people don't know what to do with themselves, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people don't know what to do with themselves is what I'm saying. And it's amazing though too, you know what I mean? This is kind of a wake-up call. The final thing I'm going to say though too is, for the people who are staying home, good on you. However, I still want those people who are in generally good health, and if you're still not in the best of health, I would still say that if you're able to, because this is something the news media will not tell you, and a lot of healthcare people like myself know this, okay? And this is an important thing for you all to listen to me right now, okay? Is even though you're staying home, protecting yourself from COVID, and whoever probably has COVID out there from picking it up, you're not doing yourselves any favor by staying inside consistently for a bunch of reasons. I'm going to mention a few of them right now. First and foremost, I want people to get out to get exercise. I want people to get out to get some sun, to get some vitamin D back into their skin, okay? And the most important thing too is it's a good idea to step outside and get some fresh air from your house and to expose yourself to the outside environment, because the most important thing you have to realize is that once this continues, and this is probably going to continue, and we might even see this going into the winter of 2020, is that's flu season. That's regular flu season. So if you don't expose yourself to the outside and to the environment outside, you're setting yourself up at some point on getting the flu, okay? And it doesn't matter if you get the flu shot or not. I'm sure a lot more people are going to get the flu shot this year because they're going to probably be a little more smarter about it. And that's probably not going to protect against COVID. They'll probably have something separate, but hopefully by then. But you're not doing yourselves and your immune systems any favor by consistently staying inside and breathing the same air and not getting sun on your skin, not getting exercise, and especially not exposing yourself to the environment outside, because that is important. Because your body is like a temple, and we are meant to, like, go outside, and we are meant to actually, be in this environment. And you have to build a tolerance, is what I'm saying. And if you don't have a tolerance, you're not going to protect yourself and do yourself any favors against any regular season flus or even allergies, for example, too. This might be a bad allergy season, so watch out for that. So that's just my take today, people. Sorry, I got to switch hands because my hand's getting tired after about 16 minutes of taping this. So anyways, that's my video COVID part 1, my personal opinions as a PSW. I'm going to talk about some more things that I can think of, and hopefully people will find this of interest. So anyways, everyone, you take it easy and have a good day. And I will shoot video number 2 hopefully today or tomorrow or the next day. So everyone, take it easy. And like I said, have a good one. And remember, if you want to use gloves or a mask, it's up to you. All I'm saying is that a mask is just going to protect you from possibly getting something from someone else. And remember, if there are those regular blue or yellow surgical masks, remember to follow the instructions on how to put those on, because if you leave them open in some places, the air is still going to get into those places and underneath and stuff. I have a mask right here. It's an N95. I can seal this all the way around my face. This is something that will work. I use this for clients, okay? And just letting you know that if the proper procedures are you're following, you will protect yourself. And as for gloves, don't use the same gloves all day, every day, because you're just taking those gloves and touching everything, and then touching your phone and touching your wheel of your car, and then you go home and you touch everything after you being outside, and then you take those gloves off, and guess what? Then you're touching everything again if you don't wipe it down. All right, take it easy, everyone. Have a good one. Bye for now.